How I Got Unfamous, Part 5. Okay, this is my 5th time recording this part of the story. The videos kept deleting, the audio kept deleting, I kept sounding stupid, and I was like, is there a reason why the universe is making this so hard for me? I had information wrong. Part of what's been good about this series is that I've reconnected with people that I used to work with. For some people that this was my first time really comparing notes. I had this all wrong, so it's gonna make me be more careful with this series moving forward because I'm realizing there were meetings I wasn't in. There were too many meetings I wasn't in. So if you're an artist watching this, let that be your main takeaway. You need to be in the meetings. I'm literally never doing that again. I felt pressured to be like the fun, cute artist who isn't difficult, and like I wouldn't even talk money with people. God, this part of the story was going to be about how my label had strongly suggested that I fire my publicist, and it turns out that didn't happen. The label wanted to keep my publicist. They were like, why would we fire the guy who has done so much good work for Kalie so far? He was told that he was getting fired because the label was making us. I also want to clarify and say that there were other reasons that went into this. I was not helpless in this situation. It wasn't just that black and white, and so I don't want to blame anybody or even really speculate. I do just wish that it had gone down differently. The song Amy is a publicist's nightmare. To have somebody, as it was going viral, be there for that, help deal with any potential fallout, and develop the media strategy for that, which was simply that I wasn't going to do any interviews because I didn't want to market a song completely on like this interpersonal drama. Like that was what the song was about, but there's a line. I'm not going to go in People magazine and talk shit about Amy. That's stupid. And so right before the song is released, he gets fired. I'm such a loyal person, and I really fucked up there because like, what is the point in somebody sticking it out with you through all of these really hard times for years, and then you fire them as soon as you get a viral song? That's objectively shitty. And I am really disappointed in myself for that. And I was crying and all the other times I filmed this, but now I'm mad. I just need to get this part done. Holy shit. The fact that we are only at March 2021 right now is crazy. So I start working with a new publicist who is a really, really, really incredible publicist. Huge clients. And this is literally no one's fault. She just didn't know me that well. Nothing beats people knowing you. Nothing beats being somebody's passion project. Like, my old publicist was able to give me all the attention because I was one of his priority clients. Once that changed, I feel like it never was the same. Again, I need to stress that is not the new publicist's fault. And I definitely don't think it was for lack of trying on their part either. I'm getting ready to go to a pool party at Lau's house, which feels like possibly the most LA thing one could do. So it was really underwhelming when the song came out. Everything started going wrong. I feel like this was karma for me, honestly, on how I had not been hands-on enough in my own career. At the same time, my ex-boyfriend and I almost broke up like 12 times during this period of my career, and that's just stupid. I'm never gonna let a relationship take over my well-being like that ever again. We went to couples therapy, and our first day was like in the middle of all this. I had interviews and all this shit, and I did it because I loved him. But now I'm like, okay, I cared enough to go to therapy for sure. That was important to me, but he needed that more than I did. That was like what he wanted to do. I went along with it to show him that I loved him and that I cared about the relationship. But I'm just never gonna be in a relationship ever again where someone can't just table the problem for a week and let me get through all my work stuff, because I know that this is when my career started to go downhill, and I was so distracted by my relationship, and that was on me. The label had been wanting me to have a viral song. At one point, somebody told me to post 10 TikToks a day. I thought that was absolutely insane. I'm doing a podcast. I'm literally still having a depressive episode. I did everything right. I got 3 million views on a video. Like, I thought that was my end of the bargain. I wrote a song that people like. I got a great producer. It was not the label, that was not my management. So I'm like, what else am I supposed to fucking do, guys? And then I had been like, from the very beginning of the record deal, been like, hey, like we should really work with SiriusXM. They've been really supportive of me. SiriusXM essentially discovered me with my song Fight Like a Girl in 2016. They've always been great. Realistically, music consumption source that pays artists the most money is still radio. So I'm like, okay, if you want me to recoup my record deal, like why aren't we trying to get SiriusXM. Everyone was like, yeah, and they were kind of like dodging it at the label. And I'm not in meetings, so I don't know what's going on. So then SiriusXM ends up playing it completely unprompted on the volume station. I'm like, hey guys, like, you know that SiriusXM stuff? How amazing is it? They actually played it without us asking. Why don't we follow up and offer an interview or blah, 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 blah. Nobody would give me a straight answer. I did not find out until the following year that the reason why they did not push Amy and that Amy tanked was because there was somebody at the label, a presumably straight white man, who thought that the song was anti-feminist and poorly represented me. But nobody told me this. I didn't know anything about it. I'm angry because I knew that that would be something that could have changed the trajectory of the song. Here's the thing about people who work on your team at labels specifically. These are people's jobs. I understand that. I don't take it personally. I don't think that that person was like out to ruin my life. I think that working at a label, your job is to have opinions and do a bunch of other stuff that's really hard work. I understand that too. As an employee of a record label, you don't get to only work on projects that you care about and believe in and like. There could be somebody on your team at a record label who doesn't even listen to the genre of music you make. It's their job. Like, they're not there because they're your fan. The best thing that can happen is you work with somebody who genuinely enjoys your music and understands your influences and likes you as a person, but that's not a prerequisite. Not everybody has to like me. Think about the musicians that you don't like that other people like. I think that that's part of what screwed me. And not to mention, I didn't meet anybody from my record label because I signed during COVID. I'm just gonna leave this part as what it is and then go into the EP on the next part. I'm just scared that I'm gonna keep finding out more about what happened that I didn't know already. I'm gonna proceed so carefully moving forward. I swear to God, this is gonna end up becoming called like, how did I become unfamous? Question mark, part 37. What the